live. Hi, everybody. Can you hear? Oh,
now
we're live.
Now we're live.
Happy Wednesday night, everybody.
Is it Wednesday night?
It is.
Oh. Hi, everybody. We are Georgia Middleman.
And Garry Burr.
You may not recognize Georgia because of all of this.
I straightened it. I was very bored today, and I straightened my hair. And that's what I do.
Yeah. I did the same thing, but it was just my chest hairs, so I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
So I'm keeping my shirt up. It was an experiment that did not work. I just want to clarify that. It did not work.
So we're really, really excited about this show.
Mm-hmm. 2 reallys. No count. No waiting. Yes, we're Songwriting with Soldiers, which is such a lovely organization. We are so proud to be a part of it.
How long have you been in it? You've been doing
a lot
this
less
for a long
than
time.
you. I've done maybe 3 of them. You've done.
No, I thought you've done more than that.
I don't think so. I think I've done 3, but that's okay.
Songwriting with Soldiers has retreats all over the country a few times a year. They do a lot of retreats with veterans and their families, and they pair up professional songwriters with soldiers and their families. And we write their stories together, and we use their words.
Which is interesting. You'd think they come up with a different name because soldiers don't like to use the word retreat.
Wow, that's very clever.
Yeah, I try. Anyway, I'm going to play you a song. I'm going to start things off. We're going to play you for the next however long it takes. Settle in. We're going to play you songs that we have played at the various retreats with the various service people that we have come into contact with, and every one of them has left a huge impression, if not a life-changing impression on us. So I'm going to start off. The last retreat I was on was in Virginia, and it was for EOD, which is Explosive Ordnance Disposal. So these people are all the people that, when they find a bomb, they are sent in to deal with the bomb. And, to hear them sitting around, and almost every one of them have been blown up at least once. And it's amazing to hear them talk about it and the way they'll talk, I've been blown up 3 times or whatever. It's amazing. So I'm going to sing you a song that I wrote with Sarah and Dwayne Pierce, husband and wife couple. And this song is called Not Our Problem Anymore. And that is sort of the unofficial motto for what they do. Because their philosophy is, I'm going to do my job right, but if I don't do my job right, it's not my problem, because it'll be somebody else having to come in and clean up the mess because I didn't do my job right. So with that philosophy, that's a lot different than the philosophy we have as songwriters. So this song is Not Our Problem Anymore. Sarah and Dwayne Pierce, I hope you're out there listening. This is for you. Yesterday my biggest fear was keeping friends alive. Today I'm dragging trash cans to the bottom of the drive. It's funny how your whole damn world can change with one plane ride. Between the calm and the chaos, there's an everyday life where you find us. We learn pretty quick not to sweat the small stuff, cause we've had big problems before. It's gonna be an easy day, no doubt, no matter how big the scrape, it'll buff out. When the shit hits the fan, we all shout. We either get it right or it's not our problem anymore. Yesterday I spent the day disposing roadside bombs. Today I changed the light bulb, washed the car, and mowed the lawn.
Sorry. We didn't turn it off.
I did. I said, hold on. Hello? What do you mean you don't like the song? Oh, sorry. Hang on.
You have to start the song over.
Yeah, do not disturb.
Yeah, it's
right
on. I don't understand. Turn your volume off.
Maybe you turn. Hey.
Oh my gosh. Emergency. Okay, hang on. That was our dog barking. Everything started when. So will you start from the top?
Second verse?
No.
Oh,
no.
I can't start from the top.
The song deserves that. Please. Uninterrupted.
Yesterday my biggest fear was keeping friends alive. Today I'm dragging trash cans to the bottom of the drive. It's funny how your whole damn world can change with one plain ride. Between the calm and the chaos, there's an everyday life where you'll find us. We learn pretty quick and not to sweat the small stuff, 'cause we've had big problems before. It's gonna be an easy day, no doubt, no matter how big the scrape it'll buff out. When the shit hits the fan, we all shout. We either get it right or it's not our problem anymore. Yesterday I spent the day disposing roadside bombs. Today I changed the light bulb, washed the car and mowed the lawn. I start to look for trouble if it's quiet for too long. Between the calm and the chaos, there's an everyday life where you'll find us. We learn pretty quick and not to sweat the small stuff, 'cause we've had big problems before. It's gonna be an easy day, no doubt, no matter how big the scrape it'll buff out. When the shit hits the fan, we all shout. We either get it right or it's not our problem anymore. I drop my pack, shed my skin, do my best to snap back in to the job that always waits for me to become the man I need to be. Between the calm and the chaos, there's an everyday life where you'll find us. We learn pretty quick not to sweat the small stuff, 'cause we've had big problems before. It's gonna be an easy day, no doubt, no matter how big the scrape it'll buff out. Or when the shit hits the fan, we all shout. We either get it right or it's not our problem anymore. We either get it right or it's not our problem anymore. Hello? There's nobody there. There it is,
Who did
Sarah and Dwayne Pierce.
You were that was Sarah and Dwayne. Are you
Sarah
guys
and
on?
Dwayne.
Oh, it's so far away. Let's see. It could be never too
They ended
long.
up getting a song and a half.
That was good. I
That's
love
weird.
that
How come
song.
that? It was on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, that's weird. That's so strange. Well, I'm going to do a song. Yeah, that's our dog upstairs barking.
And that's not the last you'll hear of him.
I know.
Not a big fan of music.
We gave him a bone, but it didn't seem to matter.
No.
We ate it before we started.
And you know what? There's a whole song called Give a Dog a Bone.
Yeah, but
They lie. Whoever wrote that song lies.
it doesn't matter. The bone doesn't matter.
He's a liar.
So I want to start with a song that I wrote in 2014 with Ghoshynice, Pedro, Natasha, Willford, and Stacy, Pearsall. And I think this was one of my first retreats that I went to write on. And this was in Texas. And, you know, the first night of the retreat, we meet everybody. We all introduce ourselves, and everyone's a stranger to each other, so everyone's kind of nervous. And we were talking. I was talking to this group of soldiers, Ghoshynice, Natasha, and Stacy, and I was just hearing them talk, and they were saying like all this stuff that only soldiers would know, and I'm just intrigued. I'm just going, I don't know what they're talking about, but I don't have to. It's okay. And they were just really relating to each other, but I had to help them write the song, so I thought, okay, what can I do to contribute? And then Ghoshynice said, I just kind of lost myself, and I'm just trying to find myself after all these years. I'm just trying to find myself after all this time. That's what my job is now. And I went, okay, we can write that. So the four of us got together the next morning to write this, and Ghoshynice was basically telling us her experience, and Natasha and Stacy were there as part of the process. And so anyway, and Ghoshynice is really small. She's like me, like 5'2", and so it was really interesting to hear her story and just how cruel it can be behind the lines, you know, among your own team members. It can be tough, especially if you're a woman with men, and you have to be one of the brothers, and it can be tough. And this was her story. It's called Where'd I Go? It goes like this. I'm wearing body armor made for men. I carry a 240 and I'm a 110. I've been called a desert queen, don't know why they have to be so mean. They wrote my name on a porta-john. I'm kinda done with all that mess. I'd like to try some happiness, so I'm just trying to find myself again. I'm just trying to find myself again. I know I'm in there. Where have I been? With the boys, you gotta stay one step ahead. They'll test you every single chance they get. The women, they start talking smack with you, then behind your back it's hard to know just where you stand. If the Air Force is about respect, I haven't met that Air Force yet, so I'm just trying to find myself again. I'm just trying to find myself again. I know I'm in the where have I been? I've made some friends I'm gonna have for years. I'm not quite happy yet, but I'm almost there. The Air Force went and grew me up. I saw the world and other stuff that made me who I am today. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
I almost joined in for the last chorus, and there wasn't one.
No,
That would have been
there
really
wasn't.
strange. I mean, just
I'm glad
I'm
you didn't.
just-
You just shouldn't be on this.
Yeah, you told me. You told me many times. Do not play these songs. You
Hi
don't know them.
guys. I said, do
But that
not
never
play what you
stops
don't
me.
know. Mary
know
Judge,
either.
Shanice Pedro, she is a beautiful, beautiful soul. I wonder if she's with us tonight. I'm not sure. It's so great to see you guys on here talking to each other.
Mimosa.
So Gary, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
I think this was the first retreat I was on. This song came from the first one. So I was really, really nervous and had no idea how to pull it off. And they set me up on a session with a guy named Kevin Clay. And, you know, you start out with this process by just talking. First, you just talk about yourselves and get to know each other, but then you try to dig a little deeper into their experience. And this fellow was one of the people, like so many people, that enlisted after 9/11. 9/11 happened, and he went to the enlistment office, and he signed up, and he was telling me that they asked him, what did he want to be, you know, in the service? And he said, I don't really know. And they said, well, can you this? Can you that? And he goes, no. And they said, well, what are you good at? And he said, well, I'm a driver. I drive trucks, so I guess I'm good at driving. And we talked about that, and that struck me as being the idea for the song. You know, not everything in the Army is being in the front lines and you know, in combat. There's a huge infrastructure that is critical to getting the job done. And he was great at what he did, and he was just what they needed. But he still had lots of, being, blown up and attacked and shot at and everything, and he lost friends. And this is what we wrote. This song is called, I wrote it with Kevin Clay. The song is called I Drive. I grew up on Jerry Reed and C.W. McCall, the ghost of Phantom 309. Yeah, I heard them all. So knowing what I meant to do didn't take too long. I drive. I've spent countless long hours on the road all by myself, but moving goods from point to point, that's something I do well. So on that sad September morning, when they ask how can I help, I said, I drive. Now people think the army is all mortars, tanks and guns, but you need convoys on the MSR to make the whole thing run. They try to prepare you, they honestly do, for the things that you'll see and the friends that you'll lose. I lost one when a hammock rolled over in the sand, but maybe I saved one when that soldier put that steering wheel in my hand. From the highways of Texas to Baghdad's hard-packed sand, I drive. I went from missing that family of mine, from days and weeks to a year at a time. We all lost something in that desert we rode through, but I brought me and my men home like I promised I do. I grew up on Jerry Reed and C.W. McCall, the ghost of Phantom 309. Yeah, I love them all. So knowing what I'm meant to do didn't take too long. I drive. I drive. Kevin Clay.
That's amazing. That's why stories are incredible. These stories are incredible.
Cheryl Clay said Kevin was hoping you would sing his song.
Cheryl's on. I'm so happy.
And
Is
I
Kevin
sang
with
it.
you, Cheryl?
I love that song.
Oh, it's so good.
Kevin, we did good.
So good. Ooh, I'm really out of tune. Let me tune
That's
over.
all right. I'll tell some stories.
Uh-oh.
So it's a real honor to be a part of this group. It's an amazing group of songwriters that Songwriting with Soldiers has put together with Darden Smith and Mary Gaucher.
Yeah, and Mary Judd.
Mary Judd. We just love going. They go to lovely places, and it's all very peaceful.
I know, we get to, there's meditation and journaling, and it's just such a relaxing weekend, and it's
You can journal
fun.
about meditation.
Yeah. It's and always in a beautiful setting, too. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. I walk away changed. I know you do, too. We talk about it when you come home or I come home.
Yeah, it is not something that you shake.
Nope. So thank you for letting us be a part of this, and I'm going to do a song that I wrote with an EOD couple. And Garry was talking about EOD earlier. It's Explosive Ordnance Disposal. And let me find yep. I wrote this with Tennille and John Collins. And this is called Not Without You. We were talking about John's experience as an EOD soldier. And and just the effects it's had on him and his family. And Tennille and him and I, we were just talking about how life is so different now, but how they couldn't have done it without each other. They needed each other. And that's the one thing that John could hold on to, and the one thing Tennille could hold on to. And so that's what we wrote the song about. It's called Not Without You. This loss of memory makes me so damn mad. It's robbed my confidence and a part of me I never will get back. Sometimes that hamster on the wheel, it just checks out. I was on the dean's list once, now I don't know what I'm talking about. And some days are better than others, but the one thing that I know will get me through is life can take it all away. I can lose anything in this world, but the one thing I cannot lose is you. 'Cause without you, it all would fall apart. You're my tether in the storm, the beating of my heart. We've been to hell and back, but we're still here. Once we started opening up and letting go of all the fear. Turns out you and I are really good at this. For better or for worse, we make it through. Life can take it all away. I can lose anything in this world, but the one thing I cannot lose is you. 'Cause without you in my life, I'd be a body with no soul, a compass spinning out of control. Life can take it all away. I can lose anything in this world, but the one thing I cannot lose is you. The one thing I cannot lose is you. The one thing I cannot lose is you. That was Tennille and John.
Beautiful. I'm going to play you a song now that Songwriting with Soldiers had a TV special.
Yeah, on PBS.
On PBS a few months ago. Might have been longer than a few months ago because we have lost all sense of time. This is the song that I had the honor of singing on that show. It's a song I wrote with, it's called Something Ain't Right. And I wrote this with Thomas Grizwold. We just called him Grizz. And I don't know if he's on, but I really loved this experience. This is one of those experiences that I took away, and it really made such an impact that there's sort of like the Garry from before this, and then there's the Garry after. And the Garry after is a much more enjoyable person to be around. I was, when Grizz came, he was, he was troubled and not doing well. And I think he tried a couple of times to come to a retreat, and each time he decided not to do it, and he finally did it. And it really had a positive effect on him. But the last day there, we were sitting around talking, and I asked him, "What do you do for a living?" And he said, "I carve the numbers and letters on tombstones." And I said, "Wow, what's that like?" He goes, "Well, I put on all this gear. It's kind of like all the stuff that I used to wear in Afghanistan, and it's heavy and it's hot, and we have to start at like 5 in the morning because once noon hits, it's too hot to work. And I go out there and I carve, and you know, the tools are heavy, and I said, oh my God, that sounds really like an awful job. And he said, are you kidding me? It's awesome. I said, why is that awesome? He goes, because nobody's shooting at me. And from that point on, anytime George and I feel like anything is bothering us or anything seems like one of those, how can this happen to us? We just remind ourselves, look around. Nobody's shooting at us. And 9 times out of 10, that's true for us. You know, I'm not saying 10 times out of 10, but 9 times out of 10, nobody's shooting at us. So this is for Grizz. It's called Something Ain't Right. Something ain't right when a kid's 19 and he can't sleep at night because of things he's seen that day. Something ain't right when you want to leave your bed and a blast of cocaine and some Walker Reds the only way. When chaos is your comfort zone and you're in a crowd but you're all alone, and you always need an exit sign in sight. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right when to feel alive. You gotta strap on your gear and take a long fast ride down the highway. Something ain't right when what you've been through makes simple words like I love you hard to say. When I'm okay is just a lie. You're telling friends who are stopping by, and you're slow to talk but so damn quick to fight. Well, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Please be patient with me. Kindness is all I need. When a boy comes home a different man, it's okay if you don't understand. Just remember when he's pacing the floor at night. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Thomas Grizwold.
Hey, Mary Judd wrote and said, Gary Grizz says Garry rocks.
See? That whole weekend I kept telling him, you know, Grizz, I rock. And he kept saying, no, I don't think you do, Garry. But it's taken this long.
You just said you do.
It's taken several years, but he finally acknowledges my rockaciousness.
Oh. You sang that on the PBS show, huh?
I did.
Nice.
With a full band, it was really special.
Oh, I know.
Thank you for writing that song with me, Grizz. That is a special one. Mimosa.
Tell everybody why I tuned, Gary.
She tunes for the same reason she straightens her hair.
Because I care.
'Cause
That's
she
not why I
cares.
straighten my hair.
Why do you straighten your hair again?
To piss you off.
Ah.
He likes my hair curly. So
Job well
it's
done.
my little rebellion.
Job well done.
All right, hang on. Let's see here. Almost.
Does this help?
No, it really doesn't.
See?
Can you
I
read some
try
of
to
the
help and
comments
she
while
repels.
I'm tuning?
I
Let's see who's
can.
on.
Seems like the same comments are sitting there from a long
No,
time
you
ago.
have to move. Oh, yeah, you got to move. I think I'm good. All right, I'm good. No, it doesn't work. You're right.
Ah,
All right. So,
that was comfortable.
This was at another retreat that I was at in Austin, outside of Austin. And I met Anne Marie O'Malley.
You right?
Yeah. And I wasn't sure if she wanted to be there. We met the night before, and I don't know if she, like I said, we don't know, nobody knows what they're getting into, so it's kind of nerve-wracking just being at the retreat, not knowing what's going to happen. And the next morning, they paired me up with Anne Marie. And it was so incredible because what these soldiers and their families do, what they don't realize, what human beings do when they just tell their story, is they just start talking in poetry and they don't even know it. They're just telling their story the way they see it, the way they feel it, the way it happened. And things kept coming out of Anne Marie's mouth, and I'm like, oh my God, that is our song right there. She's so gifted. She's an amazing writer. But she was just telling me this story about when she would go, the after effects of being in the military and how it, with brain, I guess it was a brain trauma. I'm trying to remember what happened with Anne Marie, but what happened, she went into therapy after her military experience, and her therapist would ask her, how are you doing? And she'd say, I'm numb. And the next week, how are you doing? She'd say, numb. And she said, I got 2 years of this question, and finally one day my therapist asked me, how are you doing? She said, you know what? I feel like a friggin' broken bicycle, and I've got square wheels, and I can't move forward. I don't know what to do. I feel broken. And I picked up my guitar, and her images and her story, it just started writing itself. So she and I just sat there and talked about what happened and how she was dealing with all of this. And it became one of the most hopeful things because what happens when you have these are her words, not mine, but when you have a broken bicycle with square wheels, she said, what if I just hadn't found the right road? What if there's a road for broken bicycles like me? It's got to be a certain kind of road that goes like this. Maybe it's not your normal road where a broken bike can't function well, but it goes like this. And I thought, what a beautiful way to put it in life when you feel like you're on the wrong road. Maybe you just move over to the right or to the left and find your road, and maybe you're not the only one on it. So we wrote this song together, and it's called Square Wheels. Sometimes I feel like a broken bicycle. I keep trying to pedal, but I can't make it roll. I wanna ride to my future, can I get there or not? How do you do that when all that you've got? Square wheels, square wheels. To move forward, everyone thinks that they need to be round. But sometimes you've got to be broken before you can finally be found. With square wheels, you just gotta find the right ground. A path full of pebbles may be all that I need, 'cause the surface don't matter, it's what's underneath. And it weaves like a staircase, but it gives me support. This road may not look safe, but it's perfect for square wheels, square wheels. To move forward, everyone thinks that they need to be round. But sometimes you've got to be broken before you can finally be found. With square wheels, you just gotta find the right ground. Where I'm going, I'm not so sure, but one thing I know to be true is this road didn't appear out of nowhere. And I'm betting others are riding it too. that they need to be round. But sometimes you've got to be broken before you can finally be found. With square wheels, you just gotta find the right ground. Square wheels, you just gotta find the right ground.
Great.
Such an honor to write that with you, Anne Marie.
I think I figured out how to make these go down.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh yeah, they're going down.
I forget that you got the.
Hey, somebody called us Sonny and Cher. That's Jim. Jim Reeves is here. Rick Loomis is here. Oh my God, world-class photographer. Lorraine, Gus are here. That's so awesome. Holly. Oh, I love Holly. Holly and I wrote a great song too called Mascara. I love it. Look, Anne Marie, there you are. And Tiffany. Georgia, thank you for helping me find common ground. Your music gives to many people hope, and we can hope that our communities will find common ground through all this chaos. Thank you for that, Anne Marie. Amen to that.
Well, I'm going to play one more song.
And then I'm going to play one more.
Yep.
And then we have another show tonight. We have to get
That's
ready
right.
for the other show.
This song I wrote with Kellie and Mark Perry. And it's a song called Where You're Supposed to Be. And that day when we were writing, they wanted to talk more about the relationship that they have and how one spouse's service impacts both of them. And that's the key idea to the song is you're not here, but that's okay because you're supposed to be there. And the key line that they said for this song is their attitude always is and has to be, I don't have to go do this. I get to go do this. And if they both have that attitude of this is an honor that he has to go and serve his country, then the fact that he's not here when all these things are happening in the family, well, it's a shame that he's not there, but he wasn't supposed to be because he's supposed to be somewhere else, and he's critical there. And if he wasn't there, then he's exactly as the song says. He is where he's supposed to be. And this song is called Where You're Supposed to Be, Kellie and Mark Perry. The kids are growing every day, and the letters go out faithfully about family meals and soccer games and empty chairs where you should be. The thing that makes missing you feel better is knowing that we're in this thing together. You always said I get to go, I don't have to. I'd cry in the car, not in front of you. And trust the love we have is gonna get us through. You may not be here with me, but you are where you're supposed to be. Married in May, left in June. Didn't see you again until December. That's how it's been our whole life through. Felt like more time apart than together. In the distance where a love can disappear. grown and gone, and we're still here. You always said I get to go, I don't have to. And I'd cry in the car, not in front of you. And trust the love we have is gonna get us through. You may not be here with me, but you are where you're supposed to be. Yes, you are where you're supposed to be.
Stunning. Just beautiful.
Kellie and Mark Perry, thank you for that song. Thank you for that afternoon. It really touched me, and I love that song. Well done. What have you got for us now,
I'm going to
Lassie?
close us out, but you might want to read some comments while I tune.
All right.
Hey, I saw Darden was here. Hi, Darden. He's on. Yeah.
He's the big, the
big kahuna.
One of the big kahunas.
You know, when people talk about the scary stuff, it's not so scary anymore, you know?
Well, unless you're talking about spiders or something.
Other than spiders. It's
Yeah,
not so scary
spiders,
anymore.
no matter how much you talk about them, they stay scary.
Because what happens is when you bring it out in the open, Mary Gaucher had a great, she was telling, I think it was in the PBS documentary, I heard her say, like, music has a way, it's like kind of like it takes, if there's a secret you're holding or any shame or anything and inside and you bring it out, it's like taking that poison out of you and it doesn't have to be part of you anymore. And when you write about it, and it doesn't have to be a song, a poem, or a story, or just sharing it with a friend or family, when it's out of you, it's out of you. And it frees you up, you know? And it's powerful. I think she calls it medicine, when you can get it out of you. And it's just, that's why this program is so powerful. It isn't therapy in any way. It's a way of being creative and collaborative with other people. And we get to share your story, and then when it's on a song, we get to put it out into the world as you choose to. And it changes lives. It really, really does.
But I still hate spiders.
I know you do. But this song, I'm going to close with this. I was writing with Jim Reeves, and I'm trying to remember, it was upstate New York, wasn't it? And I know Jim's on. Hey, Jim. I think it was upstate New York.
Yeah, right near Rensselaer.
Yeah. That's where we were. And Jim was telling me his story. Jim's an artist. He's he paints, he draws, he put that away, you know, and just kind of cut that side of him off for a while. And, you know, and again, when you're in the military, you focus on your job at hand. And he said his whole training was about preparing for calamity, like the things that are going to come your way that you can't see coming. That's what his training was. Which is brilliant. I wish I had that training for now.
Somebody had told you that before you got married.
Oh, I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're discovering as we go. But anyway, I thought that was really, really fascinating. And Jim was a parachutist. He did a lot of things in the military, but he was a parachutist. And he was telling me about one day when he parachuted out and it broke. And his arm, I can't remember. Yeah, I know. And he's like, I have to land. I have to do that. And you were trained for this, Jim. And it's like somebody said recently, we're trained for this moment in time. It feels scary what's going on right now and unjust. But we were trained to show up for this. And so I'm going to close with this. And I said, how did you learn all that, Jim? And he said, I learned it in free fall school. And I thought, wow, if that's not a song, I don't know what is. Mm-hmm. And Jim, did I ever give you the chords to this song? I don't know, because Jim's a player too.
He can watch right now. He can watch your hands.
Okay. So we're going to end with this. We love you guys. Jim,
get your pencil. Hope it's not freezing up on you. You can get all the chords right now in real time.
Good luck. I go fast. But we're very, very, very honored to be part of this community. Thank you for letting us in. Thank you for being here with us tonight. And thank you for sharing your stories, because it changes the world one song at a time. All right. One story at a time. All right. This is called Free Fall School. I remember when I heard that crack and a ringing in my ears. I reached up for my risers, but only one of my hands appeared. The other one was fast asleep, swinging in the wind. Yeah, I knew if I was gonna land, I'd better do something quick, 'cause power lines and train tracks won't be the death of me. Free fall school, where the only rule is learn to find your feet when you're falling fast. And isn't that all life is anyway? Just one big free fall school. My creative side and who I was, I had to put away, 'cause Uncle Sam don't give a damn about what you drew today. But you gotta feed the monster once you let him in. So I took out my paints and found that part of me again. I learned how to readjust when life's out of control. In free fall school, where the only rule is learn to find your feet when you're falling fast. And isn't that all life is anyway? Just one big free fall school. Eyes on the horizon, drop what you don't need, overcome the obstacles, and do what sets you free. Free fall school, where the only rule is to learn to find your feet when you're falling fast. And isn't that all life is anyway? Free fall school, where the only rule is to learn to find your feet when you're falling fast. And isn't that all life is anyway? It's one big free fall school. One big free fall school. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Songwriting with Soldiers. We love you.
I'm very fond of you. I don't know about love, but I'm
He
very fond
loves
of
you.
you.
He loves you. Trust me.
Okay.
I guess that's it.
That's it, everybody.
Have a good night.
We have another show to play in about 40 minutes.
That's right. So we're going to
So
log
we'll be
off.
sitting here for quite a while.
Bye, you guys. Thanks for joining us.